just wanna be her. For your mom to your pop to the beast to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going. It's Fitzpatrick. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Landry now on the return. Fights loose. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call. He might get a PI call at just about any point during his route, and I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Mayfield. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mayfield on play action. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time. And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them. Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few. Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete? Yeah. What happened? During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it. 6 points go by the wayside on that one. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3. Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Come on out here. Come get some. Regular.
Fitzpatrick now from the 50. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned. No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there. Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
57.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and split.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Raekwon McMillan. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Guys, it's game situation.
It's caught by OBJ. There he goes right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. The electric OBJ, the short reception, and then he did the rest of the work himself. You know, there's a thing that the players always talk about, the coaches in the league, they call it play speed. Because, you know, we have that time speed when we're running the 40s at the combine and, you know, at pro days and all of that. But play speed is different. And OBJ's play speed is some of the best in the league. In other words, when he has the ball in his hands or he's running a route, he runs it just a little bit harder than most people. And oftentimes, you come up wrong on your angles trying to tackle him. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Fitzpatrick on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss.